Hey everyone, welcome back to the Archangel Information Security Research Group, the channel where we break down real-world cybersecurity threats so that you can stay ahead of the bad guys. I'm your host, and today we're going to be diving deep into a new vulnerability known as CVE-2026-0300. It's a nasty vulnerability with a severity score of 9.3 out of 10. So buckle up. This one's wild. Let's kick things off with the big picture. CVE-2026-0300 is a critical vulnerability that targets Palo Alto Network firewalls, specifically the PAN-OS, the operating system that runs on the firewalls. Here's what makes it scary. An attacker doesn't need a username or password to exploit this. We're talking zero authentication required. All they need is network access, and they can send a specifically crafted packet to something called the captive portal, and boom, they're running commands at the root level of your firewall. That's right, the attacker just compromised the very system that is made to protect your network. Next, I want to walk us through how this attack would actually be played out by the attacker. Step 1, the attacker finds a Palo Alto firewall exposed to the internet. They do this through device enumeration or by using a known IP address. Basically, they're just scanning for targets. Step 2, the attacker crafts a malformed HTTP or HTTPS post request and fires it at the captive portal. Hidden inside that packet is a buffer overflow. It's a classic technique where you deliberately send more data than a system expects, causing it to behave in unintended ways. Step 3. Here's where it gets really technical and really cool in a terrifying way. The attacker uses a technique called return-oriented programming, or ROP. Instead of injecting their own malicious code, they hijack existing legitimate code already sitting in the firewall's memory and chain it together to do their bidding. The CPU doesn't even know that it's being manipulated. Finally, we get to step 4. Post-exploitation. We're talking shell spawning, command and control channel creation, and internal network reconnaissance. At this point, your firewall isn't protecting you, it's working for your adversary. So what's the real-world impact if this gets exploited? There's 3 big things. Firstly, the adversary can execute commands at the root level. This leads to a full system compromise of the firewall and its OS. Next, the adversary can pivot deeper into the network, using the firewall as a launch pad to attack internal systems. And finally, the adversary can modify firewall rules, and this can lead them to opening the doors that they want and close the ones that would normally stop them. Okay, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about solutions, because this one is fixable. Here's your remediation checklist. First, patch your PAN-OS systems immediately. Palo Alto has addressed this in subsequent PAN-OS updates, so if you haven't updated, do it now. Next, restrict the captive portal access to trusted internal network segments only, and don't leave it exposed to the internet. And finally, block ports 6081 and 6082 at your perimeter using inbound ACL rules. These are the ports that the captive portal usually runs on. Cutting them off at the edge is a fast and effective mitigation. That's CVE-2026-0300, a 9.3 severity, zero authentication, root level exploit targeting one of the most trusted firewalls in enterprise environments. The lesson here? No device is inherently safe. Security is a practice, not a product. And staying informed is your first line of defense. If this video helped you out, smash that like button, subscribe, and if you haven't already, drop a comment below. Until next time, stay secure, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.